Let's go ahead and start with Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Andy, I think the last time you were 5-5, you guys went to the postseason, and I just wonder if that's the sort of thing you draw on or point to at this point as you start sort of just looking to reset.
Yeah, so we're not quite as negative as the outside world is here, Vahe. So we know that we need to clean up and we need to do it. But the guys, they get it. I mean, some of these guys have been through some pretty good seasons, and this isn't like this one's lost, Vahe. So we got to clean up a few of these things, and the urgency level. Obviously, we need to make sure we take care of that now. And anyways, with that, yeah.
Just one other thing too. Then you've done such a good job over the years of making sure people see this as one game at a time. Is there any particular thing you point to about the ability to convey that, or their own ability to stay focused on that's just about this week at this point?
Yeah, sure. No, I mentioned that to him after the game, actually. So that you just what can you do? You can do and get yourself ready to play Indianapolis. That's what you can do. Everything else is involved with a crystal ball, but you can take care of today and tomorrow and the following day. And let's start there.
Let's go next to Pete. Pete Sweeney, go ahead, Pete.
Said I'll have one other one too. Just to follow up on sort of what Vahe was alluding to. In the seasons where you were able to turn it around, what traits of those teams do you think stood out, as you were able to kind of get a little bit more consistent?
Yeah, well, it was just a little bit what we're talking about. Pete just said you have to take care of the small things. So, and that's coaches included. I mean, whether it's volume, whether it's fundamentals, you got to take care of the small things. And when I tell you I'm responsible for that, I'm responsible for that. And then the players have to do the same thing, take care of the small things. Why are we having the penalties? And then let's fix that. And don't point to the officials, don't point here or there. Take responsibility for it. If it's fundamentals, if you're on the back end and you need to plant and drive, why didn't we do our offensive line? You didn't step with the right foot. All those things you control. And you got to take care of those things. Small things, but they all add up.
And I guess in the micro, you mentioned getting guys in the right position last night. Is there a specific area from this game where maybe you feel like if you went in a different direction, it could have changed the course of the evening for you?
No. Listen, you always feel that if you come out. Sometimes even when you win a game, you go, I could have done better right there, right? So there are plays you like that back. But I'm always looking, what could I have done better to give the guys a chance to be successful? Or during the week, what do we do? Or how did we set it up, going in? So, yeah, I mean, I look at that. I got to pick out a specific area, but it's, that's, I already mentioned the red zone. So, I mean, But those are areas that you got to score points.
Thanks.
Go next to Matt Derrick.
Hey, Coach. You've had a couple of the games this year, and the last two have kind of fit in this category where you've had more of a pass balance than a run balance. And yesterday, kind of a little bit more lopsided than you usually are. What's your comfort level and confidence right now in the run game, especially just the confidence level and the efficiency and the commitment to the run game?
Yeah, that's obviously a good question. So I know you know all this, but it's we're calling quite a few of the RPOs. So yesterday they were giving us opportunities to throw the football. So we utilized the opportunities there. And those things end up being as good as a run for you. We're getting 4+ yards and you go with it. And but the runs are being called. It's just, sometimes they get turned into passes in today's world. That's how it goes. So, but we're getting them in now. we have some hard runs where you just get up, line up, and go. Probably could call more of those to be, for you to write something there.
And you also mentioned that you said that the mood there is not as negative as it is maybe outside the building. What is the mood? What are the guys kind of feeling, especially since you're kind of in playoff mode now?
Yeah, sure. It was disappointment last night. They fought their hearts out, and had too many mistakes. I mean, we could have, like I said, I could have gotten them in better positions, but they were disappointed. These guys normally take responsibility for those type of things. So I go around on the plane on the way back and I talk, see where we're at, and I get a pretty good feel on where, what the guys are thinking immediately after a game. And these guys are accountable for their actions. They don't finger point and do all of that. And that's going to help us get through and get on the positive end of this thing. So we just got to clean up a few things as we go.
Go next to Todd Lebo.
Travis Kelce's frustration was clear for everyone to see as the Kansas City Chiefs endured another tough loss. This time against the Denver Broncos, their locker room tense, every player feeling the sting. The Chiefs, once seen as a sure bet for a deep playoff run, have stumbled through the season, their form raising eyebrows and sparking questions. Andy Reid stood before reporters after the defeat, his voice steady, pushing back against the negativity swirling around the team. He insisted the squad was not as downcast as people outside the facility assumed, promising that everyone inside knew what needed fixing, and that urgency had to pick up. Kelce, meanwhile, had just broken the franchise touchdown record with his 84 score, but brushed off any talk of his achievement, barely hiding his irritation. He told reporters the record meant nothing compared to the disappointment of losing, his focus solely on the team's struggles, knowing the playoff picture was suddenly in jeopardy. The Chiefs' high expectations have only magnified the frustration, with Patrick Mahomes still giving his all, but wins proving increasingly difficult to secure. As games pass, the pressure mounts. Each mistake feels heavier, the window to turn things around getting smaller by the week. Reid, now in his late 60s, has seen plenty of rough patches and made it clear the responsibility starts with him. He talked about the importance of cleaning up the little things, admitting that coaches and players both have to fix issues, whether it's fundamentals or discipline, and that blaming officials or anyone else isn't the answer. Subscribe for more inside stories from the NFL. Penalties and errors have been piling up. Reid said it's about holding yourself accountable for every detail, whether that's planting the right foot, driving off the line, or following through on assignments. He emphasized that every small mistake adds up, ultimately making the difference between winning and losing. The Chiefs' struggles have been made worse by the fact that so many expected them to be the team to beat, especially with Kelce and Mahomes leading the charge. But now the reality is hitting hard. After the loss to Denver, the frustration boiled over. Kelce's answers to media questions short, his patience wearing thin. He didn't want to hear about personal milestones, only about what the team had to do to get back on track. Mahomes, always a competitor, has also been pushing to right the ship, but with the season slipping away, everyone feels the urgency. Reid's message to his team and the public was firm. There's still time, but not much, and every week matters more now than ever. The locker room atmosphere has grown tense. Every player aware that mistakes can no longer be shrugged off. Even as Kelce reached new heights, the focus remains squarely on the group, with no one satisfied by individual success. Reid's approach has been to address every issue head-on, insisting that the team must look in the mirror and take ownership of their shortcomings. He made it clear that excuses would not be tolerated, whether from coaches or players. Subscribe for more Chiefs updates. As the regular season ticks away, the Chiefs face mounting pressure to clean up their act. Missed assignments, penalties, and lack of execution have all contributed to their current predicament. Each week, the margin for error shrinks, and the path to the playoffs becomes more treacherous. The loss to the Broncos felt like a wake-up call, with Kelce's frustration symbolizing the mood throughout the roster. Despite his record-breaking play, the tight end showed little interest in celebrating,